Yeah, my boy. Every night around midnight, apartment 12B started playing old gospel records. Same warm melodies drifting through the building halls, while the neighborhood outside stayed cold and dangerous. And one teenager slowly started listening closer. Listen. Yeah, 15-year-old kid with his hoodie pulled low, walking home through Brooklyn in the winter cold. Street lights flicker weak near the corner store signs. Police sirens echo somewhere down the line. Project stairwell smell like smoke and rain. Graffiti covering walls stained by pain. Friends outside talking fast money and revenge, while tension sat heavy near the building entrance. But every night climbing up to floor 12, he heard soft gospel records through the hallway. Yeah, Mahalia singing warm through apartment 12B, like peace itself floating quietly. Old vinyl crackle underneath the melodies deep, different from the chaos filling the streets. And somehow the music slowed his breathing pace every time he passed that plane. Old gospel records from apartment 12B, BoomBap drums and the soul set free. Young boys searching through the city night, trying to understand the light. Hallway echoes through the cold brick walls. Hope whispers soft when darkness calls. And somewhere between the pain and fear, the music drew him near. Yeah, one night after another hard fight, he sat alone at the fire escape pipes. Lip bust, the anger boiling in his veins, feeling swallowed by the pressure and pain. And through the cracked hallway window frame came a gospel choir humming through the rain. Those records spinning slow behind the door, like healing reaching through the floorboard. Curiosity finally overcame his pride, so we knocked softly one cold night. Door open, revealing an elderly man calm, great cardigan, sweater and weather palms. Tiny apartment glowing gold and warm, stacks of vinyl records worn from storms. Pictures of family lining every shelf, and jazz mixed with gospel softly by itself. Old gospel records from apartment 12B, BoomBap drums and the soul set free. Young boys searching through the city night, trying to understand the light. Hallway echoes through the cold brick walls. Hope whispers soft when darkness calls. So somewhere between the pain and fear, the music drew him near. Needles spinning slowly, snow falling outside the window. Old songs filling a hallway, and one young soul finally listening. Yeah, the old man never preached loud or hard, just let the record speak through the scars. Told stories about surviving rougher years, losing friends, carrying hidden fears. Yeah, said music saved him when the streets got dark, gave peace to a wounded heart. And over time the teenager kept returning there, learning stillness in the apartment there. Outside the block stayed dangerous and tense, gunshots still echo near the projects. But inside apartment 12B something grew, acquired a vision of what life could do. Now every soulful BoomBap track I make carry echoes from that hallway space. Cause sometimes grace don't arrive through spectacle scenes, sometimes it drifts through old records unseen. Hallway lights buzzing softly, gospel records fading low, snow touching the fire escapes outside. Somewhere in apartment 12B, hope still spinning through the speakers.
Saturday morning in Brooklyn, sun barely rising over the brownstones. Church doors still locked, and one 15-year-old kid sweeping the front steps before the neighborhood wakes up. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, cold broom scraping softly on the concrete stairs. Young boy bundled in a buffer through the morning air. 15 years old with tired, hopeful eyes, watching sunlight creep across the city skyline. Church that's small near the corner deli sign. Old brick walls worn down by time. Pastor paid him $20 every weekend shift, enough to help mama with the rent a little bit. Mama worked doubles at the nursing home late, still smiling somehow through the pressure weight. Tiny apartment with the radiator knocking loud. Dreams squeezed tight between the struggling clouds. But every Saturday before the block got wild, he cleaned cigarette butts from the church aisle. Headphone low with the old rap tape spinning. Nas, Common and Soul loops in them.
Saturday mornings on the church front steps, BoomBap drums in the soul cassette. Young heart dreaming bigger than the block he knew, trying to make his dreams come true. Brooklyn sunlight on the worn brick walls, hope whispers soft when the pressure calls. And somewhere between the struggle and grace, purpose slowly took shape.
Yeah, old church mothers passing with warm smiles, saying, baby, keep faith through hard times. He not a child while adjusting his Walkman tape, still carrying doubts he couldn't escape. Friends on the block laughed at his quiet ways, said music dreams never really pay. Some already trapped in the corner life fast, chasing quick money that never lasts. But while sweeping leaves down a church walkway, he scribbled rhymes in his notebook pages, verses about hunger, fear, and city nights, trying to turn pain into something bright. One morning the pastor stepped outside slow, holding 2 coffees in the early glow. Said, son, don't stop writing what you feel. Truth in music can help people heal.
Saturday mornings on the church front steps, BoomBap drums in the soul cassette. Young heart dreaming bigger than the block he knew, trying to make his dreams come true. Brooklyn sunlight on the warm brick walls, hope whispers soft when the pressure calls. And somewhere between the struggle and grace, purpose slowly took shape. Broom, broom moving across the pavement, soul sample drifting through the headphone. Brooklyn waking up slowly, young dreams breathing in the morning light.
Yeah, years later when crowds screamed his name, he still remembered them Saturday days, cold mornings clean while the city slept, holding on to dreams nobody respected yet. Cause success wasn't born in luxury rooms, it grew quietly beside that broom. In small acts of discipline nobody praised, and faith surviving through hard days. Now every soulful BoomBap track I lays carry echoes from the church step space, where a 15-year-old boy from the struggle learned. Dreams grow slowly when the heart still burns, and whenever sunlight hit the city gold, he still hear that broom against the cold, like a rhythm guiding him through the pain, back to them Saturday mornings again.
Church bells ringing softly now, sun fully rising over Brooklyn.
Notebook tucked inside the hoodie pocket.
And somewhere on them old church steps, a young dream still sweeping toward hope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 a.m. outside the corner bodega, street lights flickering over wet pavement, teenagers leaning against the payphone booth, talking deeper than they ever do in daylight.
Yeah, Brooklyn night rap cold around the block, bodega neon buzzing near the liquor spot. Rainwater shimmered under passing cabs slow, train tracks humming somewhere below. 4 teenagers posted near the old payphone stand, quarter balance conversations and trembling hands, acting tough through the hoodies and Timberland boots, but exhaustion lived deeper than the image they use. Dre called his girl from the cracked up line, whispering softly about his stressful mind. Said he's scared of ending up like his pops, lost to addiction in the prison blocks. Marcus leaned silent near the newspaper rack,
talking to his mother who was working nights back. Promised he'd stay out trouble till sunrise came. Even while temptation moved through the rain lanes.
Phone calls and flickering lights, BoomBap drums and the jazz notes cry. Young souls confessing fears in the cold, trying not to lose hope.
Brooklyn nights in the bodega glow.
Pain and deep, nobody shows. Somewhere between the darkness and sky, grace still reached out.
Grace still reach their hearts. Yeah. Old Dominican owner watch through the glass, pretending not to hear the pain as they pass. Soft salsa playing low behind the counter light, while teenagers wrestle life outside. One kid finally admitted through cigarette smoke that he write rhymes because his heart stayed broke. Said music the only place he feels seen, only thing keeping his spirit clean. Another confess he tired of fighting every day, tired watching family slowly drift away. Street lights flickered hard while the silence breathed. Truth sounded heavier than the city streets. Jazz saxophone loop drifting through the scene. Warm notes softening the concrete. For one small hour nobody had to pretend. Just hurt young boys talking like friends. Land. Bodega glow.
Pain hidden deep, nobody shows. And somewhere between the darkness and sky, grace still reach their heart.
Street lights blinking slowly.
Ooh,
Rain falling on the avenue.
yeah. Payphone cards swinging in the wind.
Payphone cords swinging in the wind.
Ooh,
And young hearts opening quietly. Near 3 a.m. the streets got still. Only taxi tires in the cold night chill. Teenagers finally laughed through the tension again. Relief hidden underneath the pain. Before leaving, one kid whispered low, promise me we ain't gon' lose ourselves though. Nobody answered quick as fear felt real. Yet somehow that moment carried healing still. They walk separate ways through the Brooklyn dark, each carrying lighter versions of their hearts. Cause sometimes redemption starts small and unseen, like honesty shared beside a corner store scene. Now every dusty jazz rap beat I create carry echoes from them late night states where teenagers under flickering lights learn vulnerability don't make you weak, it make you human.
bodega lights humming softly. Rain slowing on Fulton Street. Train rumbling through the distance, and somewhere beneath the Brooklyn night,
Young dreamers still talking beside the payphone.
Early morning in Harlem.
Sunlight barely touching the brownstones. Old man sitting on a bench feeding pigeons before the city fully wakes up. Neighborhood kids slowly gathering around him every day. Mr. Walter wore the same gray coat, weather hands and a voice calm low. Every morning near 7 by the park gate, feeding pigeons before the rush hour trains. Paper bag full of breadcrumbs on his lap, jazz station humming softly from the radio crackle steam, rising warm from the manhole grates. Harlem waking slow beneath the daybreak. Kids walking school routes stop nearby, listening close to the wisdom in his eyes. Cause Mr. Walter always had stories to tell about hard times, survival and carrying yourself well. Said he once played trumpet in Smoky Jazz Club before addiction almost swallowed him up. Now he fed birds and mentored the youth, trying to pass peace before they lost too.
morning pigeons in the heart.
remind me, even wounded things still search the sky, and hungry souls still deserve kindness. And they hit the kids deeper than they let show, cause most grew up too fast below. Broken homes, pressure, fear, and street noise, trying hard just to remain bold. Walter taught them how anger become change, how pride can quietly multiply pain, but also how purpose grows through patience, slow and peace begin. When compassion grows, one winter morning snow covered the benches white. Still Walter showed up before daylight. Kids brought him coffee from the corner store, cause by then he felt like family more.
Warning pigeons in the Harlem light, BoomBap drums and the jazz feel right.
Old man speaking truth through the cold air breeze, planting wisdom like seeds. Brownstone, sunlight, and the city hum low. Life lessons deeper than the kids yet know. And somewhere between the pain and grace, hope sat on that bench space. Birds lifting through the sunrise, jazz floating over Lenox Avenue. Old wisdom resting in the cold air, and young hearts finally listening. Yeah. Years later, some kids moved away grown. Some became fathers with families of their own. But all remember mornings by the park, where Walter lit wisdom through the dark. One became a teacher helping troubled teens, another producer making soulful beats. Both said the old man changed how they view pain. Taught them broken lives still can change. When Walter finally passed one autumn day, pigeons gathered strangely near the place. Neighborhood kids, now older, stood in tears, hearing his lessons echo through the years. Now every warm jazz rap track I lace carry pieces of that Harlem space, where an elderly man feeding birds at dawn quietly help lost souls carry on. Morning sunlight over the brownstones, breadcrumbs scattered near the bench, jazz trumpet drifting through the avenue. Somewhere in Harlem memory, Mr. Walter still feeding hope to the children. Summer storm over Brooklyn, rain flooding the streets outside. Teenagers trapped inside the church basement after Bible study. Lights flicker, boombox humming low, and conversations getting deeper as the thunder roll.
Hands down, baby, hands down, hands down. In my pants down, hard at the line. Hands down, don't let the devil.
Yeah. Rain slammed hard on the basement windows, lightning flashing through the yellow glow. Old church basement smelled like coffee and dust. Folding chairs pushed back while the storm built up. 17 agents stuck till the weather cleared. Some joking loud just to hide their fears. Boombox near the snack table played jazz loop slow. Dusty BoomBap cutting through the thunder roll. Pastor said stay put till the flooding slow, so everybody settled near the storage rows. One kid bounced basketball rhythms on the floor, another scribbled rhymes while the rain and storm roared. Lights blinked twice, making the whole room freeze. Silence hanging heavy through the humid breeze. Then quiet Keisha spoke for the first time all night. Said she scared her brother wouldn't survive street life. Thunderstorm shaking the church basement walls. BoomBap drums while the lightning calls. Teenage hearts open through the dark, trying to protect their hearts. Flickering lights and the rainfall sound. Truth getting deeper underground. And somewhere between the fear and grace, hope fills. Yeah, one young dude admitted he stayed angry inside, cause his father disappeared without goodbye. Another said school made him feel invisible, like the world decided he was disposable. Thunder cracked loud overhead again, yet nobody laughed or pretended then. Storm somehow stripped away the pride, made honesty harder to hide. Soon freestyle rhymes started circling slow, pain woven deep inside the flow. One boy spit bars about his mama working late, trying to hold the family together through the weight. Another rap softly about prayer at night, asking heaven help him survive his fights. No fake preaching, no
college church acts. Just wounded kids speaking facts. Thunderstorm shaking the church basement walls. Boom bap drums while the lightning calls. Teenage hearts open through the dark, trying to protect their hearts. Flickering lights and the rainfall sound. Truth getting deeper underground. And somewhere between the fear and grace, hope filled the space.
Rainwater running down the windows. Lights buzzing weak overhead. Young voices echoing through the basement. And healing happening quietly.
Yeah. Near midnight, the storm began to fade. Rain slow and soft against the pane, but nobody rushed to leave just yet. Like the basement held something sacred. We'll find a freestyle circle through the room about broken kids still searching for truth. And when the verse and the silence stayed heavy with everything unafraid, Pastor looked around with tired kind eyes. So y'all stronger than you realize. Simple words but they hit real deep, cause every soul there needed peace. Now every dusty boom bap beat I make carry echoes from that basement state. With thunder, fear, true rivers combined, and hope is young hearts that night.
Clouds drifting, drifting away slowly. Church basement lights steady again. Sneakers squeaking toward the stairwell. And somewhere in Brooklyn memory, teenagers still freestyling through the thunder.
Dance now, dance now, dance now. My pants down hard and no one in your bitch. Dance now, hold it to the dance. My pants down hard and no one in your bitch.
Yo, homie, old gold chain hanging, getting heavy against his chest. Only thing left from his older brother. Nobody ever found. Yeah, just silence, rumors, and unanswered prayers. Yeah. Never heavy as his chest. Only thing left from his older brother. Nobody ever found. Heavy as his chest. Nobody ever found. Yeah, 15-year-old kid with a gold rope chain, walking through Brooklyn, carrying hidden pain. Brother vanished 3 summers before that winter came, and nobody in the neighborhood spoke his name. Some said he fled after trouble with the crew. Others whispered darker things nobody proved. Mama cried quietly near the kitchen sink, while detectives slowly stopped calling the crib. Chain stayed hitting in the shoebox for years, still smelling faintly like cigarettes and fear. Until one cold morning before school began, the teenager slipped it softly in his hands, heavy on his neck like unfinished grief, like memories refusing to leave. Street lights reflected off the weather gold shine, while questions circled endlessly in his mind.
Gold chain swinging through the New York cold. Boom bap drums and the soul unfold. Young heart carrying grief and pride, trying to keep his brother alive. Train tracks rolling through the midnight rain, pain still wrapped around the chain. And somewhere between the sorrow and hope, he searched for how to cope.
Older dudes on the block recognized the chain, looked at him strange but never explained. One finally muttered near the bodega lights, your brother had dreams before losing the fight. That line echoed deep through the teenager chest, cause nobody ever talked about the rest. Only rumors floating through the avenue, smoke while my mama prayed hard not to lose another soul. At night he sit on the fire escape rails, listening to old rap tapes through the hail, touching the chain while writing hidden rhymes, trying to make peace with the passing time. He feared becoming the same lost reflection, another young name swallowed by the section. Yet part of him felt loyal to the pain, like letting go meant betraying the chain.
Gold chain swinging through the New York cold. Boom bap drums and the soul unfold. Young heart carrying grief and pride, trying to keep his brother alive. Train tracks roam through the midnight rain, pain around the chain. And somewhere between the sorrow and hope, he searched for how to cope. Cold wind through the project halls, gold shining underneath the street lights. Young boy staring at the skyline, wondering what happened to his brother.
Yeah. One Sunday he visited grandma alone. Old gospel records humming through the home. She touched the chain gently with weary hands, said, baby, grief can harden a man. Then softly told stories he never knew, about his brother writing poetry too. How he wanted music more than street respect. Before the block swallowed the steps, that changed something deep inside the kid heart. Made him see another side of the dark. Not just the rumors and the violence attached, but the human soul behind the past. Now every soulful BoomBap beat he made carry echoes from that chain's weight. Not as a curse or symbol of despair, but proof love still linger there.
Soul sample still spinning low,
Gold chain resting against the hoodie.
snow falling over Brooklyn rooftops.
And somewhere in the city silence, a younger brother still carrying hope for them both.
Gunshots quiet for a little while, little while, little while, little while, little while, little while.
Hey. Yeah. Snow falling heavy on the Bronx tonight.
Gunshots quiet for a little while.
Gunshots quiet for a little while.
Gunshots quiet for a little while.
Street lights glow through the flakes slow. Yeah. Yeah. Snow covered the liquor store, graffiti tags, blankets over corners where the hustlers stand. Train tracks hiss through the freezing air. Smoke rise ghosts like from the project stairs. Tim's crunch slow through the untouched white. Sirens muted by the weight of the night. Whole borough feels softer under winter skies. Even hard faces look tired tonight. Young rapper with a notebook in his coat pocket. Jazz loops humming through the old tape Walkman. Wrote bars while his breath formed clouds. Trying to sort thoughts he never spoke out loud. Seen too much too young on these same cold blocks. Candles on sidewalks where friends got shot. Mama saying don't let hatred shape your soul. Hard advice where survival take its toll.
Snowfall over violent streets tonight. White flakes cover pain for a little while.
Jazz horns cry through the winter haze. Young soul searching for a better way.
Bronx nights cold, but the heart's still warm.
Trying to find peace in the middle of storm. Somewhere beneath the fear and scars, hope still flicker like distant stars. Past the old church near the basketball court, yellow lights glow through the snowstorm fog. Few old women shovel steps outside, still singing softly while the wind blow wide. Didn't sound polished, didn't sound grand, just worn out faith from weathered hands. And somehow they hit harder than gold chains. Cause peace looked real through the falling rain. Snow mixed, corner boys stood quieter than usual too. Hoods pulled tight while the cold wind blew. Even violence seemed tired for one night, like the whole city paused beneath the white. Saxophone sample drift warm through the beat. Dusty BoomBap knocked under frozen streets. Every snare crack felt painfully true, like survival itself pushing through. Trust new.
Snowfall over violent streets tonight. White flakes cover pain for a little while.
Jazz horns cry through the winter haze. Young soul searching for a better way.
Bronx nights cold, but the heart's still warm. Trying to find peace in the middle of storm.
Somewhere beneath the fear and scars, hope still flicker like distant stars.
Snow keep falling, train wheels moan. Young boy walking, still alone. But the city quieter now,
like heaven touched the blocks for a second. Yeah. He stopped near the rooftop, overlooked point. Watched the barrel glow beneath the storm. White snow blur the cracks and stains, made broken streets look pure again. And he wondered if people could too, if hearts worn down could become renewed. If music may be more than escape from pain, maybe purpose hidden in the strain. He wrote one last verse before heading home, about peace stronger than revenge alone, about life still living in forgotten zones, and mercy somehow reaching through the cold. Now every winter when jazz loops play, he remember that Bronx snowfall haze. How silence taught him what noise never could. That healing sometimes starts deep within the hood.
Snow covering the avenue slow. Jazz trumpet fading through the night air. Train lights disappearing into the white. And somewhere in the Bronx, a young rapper still believing.
Gunshots quiet for a little while, little while, little while, little while. Gunshots quiet for a little while, little while, little while, little while. Gunshots quiet for a little while, little while, little while, little while. Gunshots quiet for a little while, little while, little while, little while, little while. Young boy walking with headphones on.